Hey guys, today I want to open box a super affordable light laser combo product that I found on Amazon, and I'll probably do a small comparison with my Olight. First thing first, safety check as always. All right. Okay. This is my P320 Armory Craft build. If you want to find more details, you can look for my other videos. So this is the Olight, which is the light and laser combo that I have. You know, it's also a Chinese company. It's cheaper than Streamlight, it's cheaper than Surefire, and this guy GOPLANT is what I just bumped into on Amazon, and I was like, this is about half of the price of Olight. So this is already pretty cheap, and this is almost just half of the price. So I'm like, is it really worth the money, or it's just you know, pile of crap? So let's find out. Open box. I promise you, I haven't opened this box before. So it's a real first-hand box open experience. So hopefully this video can help you decide whether this is something you want to try or you will pass. All right, so this is a light and laser combo on its own. There's some like white powder. It shouldn't matter. Okay, in short, I think it has a lot of similarities, right, with Olight. This is the charging cable. Again, this is also magnetic charging, similar to Olight. You know, you do not need to remove the light to charge. So typical thing, some tools for maybe mounting, and then maybe for the windage and elevation laser zeroing, and some installation manual and those kind of crap. Let's take a close look at the light itself. So overall, when I hold it in my hand, feels pretty solid. This is, I believe, aluminum casing. Feels pretty solid, and the mounting mechanism wise is also similar. But what I love about this is definitely innovative, right? So you have a what do you call it? The rail block, maybe, right? That is adjustable, which means depending on where your rail slot is, you can move it back and forth, and so that you can achieve the perfect positioning as you wish. So for example, this is the farthest back position, and if I just put it here and then just clamp it on, maybe we need to adjust the width here a little bit. But anyhow, just to demo this one, you can put it here if you wish. You know, some people want the index finger to be here so that it can hold the trigger guard for muzzle rise control. Or if you want to, let's see, if we move it forward all the way up, and if you want it to be as far back as possible, and you have a flush fit at the muzzle, is also doable, right? So I think, so you're not limited only to like moving this light back and forth, but you can adjust here. I think this is a very, very good feature. I love it. All right. I usually want my light to be somewhere here so that it looks flush fit, and you know, yeah. So this feature, I believe, I do not know whether they have a patent on it or what, but I don't think I've seen that on Olight or Streamlight. I don't have Surefire, so I don't know. So that's a pretty sweet feature. And let's see if I believe clamping this on is too narrow, and if I want it to be able to fit perfectly on my gun, I just need to release this a little bit so that it's wider when I clamp on it. Okay, yep, something like that. So you can adjust it as you wish. So there's only one size of this block kind of thing, which is a size of a typical kind of Glock rail. And if your gun has a 1913 Picatinny rail, like my gun does, then your rail will definitely be larger than this block. But if it's like a loose, then it will be able to move back and forth like this. But if you clamp it down and install security, it will not be able to move at all. I think it's a very snug and a tight fit. I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. With that, you could argue, then why do you even have this thing, right? But I think it's honestly, it's not ideal, because Streamlight or Olight, they both provide like a different size, just to make sure this will be a snug fit with your rail slot, so that it's even more secure. But honestly, this one, once you clamp it down, is not gonna be able to move anywhere. Doesn't matter whether the slot is smaller than the rail slot or not. Basically, yeah, it's a very, very tight kind of fit. So, well, unless you have a kind of battlefield scenario where you will expect it to drop on the ground or whatever, if it's purely for training and purpose and the range toy purpose, I think that should not be a problem. And if you compare the fastener or the clamp, whatever you call it, between this guy and the Olight, you will realize that the clamp here on the Olight is more deliberate, I would say. Probably gives you a stronger feeling of kind of security, right? The way it locks, you don't need to worry about that under vibration it will come out and then get loose. Whereas for this one, the locking mechanism, as you can see here, once it clamps in, the touch surface for the lock is not that deliberate. So once it's clamped on, you could just flip it and then make it loose. Is it going to be a problem after hundreds of rounds of vibration and those kind of things? Probably, compared to Olight, but practically, that's in theory, right? So practically, is it going to do that? I don't know. It's probably up to the real usage over time to really tell whether this is gonna be a problem or not. I know if you just shoot it in the range, I think this will not be a problem, right? The small kind of vibration from the shooting should not be able to make this clipper come loose. But what if you drop it on the ground and those kind of things? That's another story, right? So yeah, this is a kind of a unknown. In theory, it could go loose unexpectedly, but in reality, I don't know. I cannot say this is like a perfect design or whatever. We can only, verify it after a long time of usage. Now let's see the setting. There's laser only, there's laser and light, there is light only. So the switch itself feels fine. A little bit wobbly but not too bad. Okay, and oh, this is bright. This is 15,000, no, 1500 lumens, so it's pretty bright. And let me show you. So if I have the laser, this is the size of the laser dot. And I would say the dot is very bright. If I just project it on my wall, it's very bright and visible, and does not seem to change shape as the distance go longer. So the laser is pretty concentrated, pretty focused. Okay. And there's a way to do, let's see, white light switching. Press the switch once for strong light, press the switch twice in a row. For flash, 3 times for low light. Okay, let's try it. So this is high. Oh, okay, this is strobe. I like the strobe functionality because I know for certain Streamlight version, they don't have strobe. Wait, okay. All right. Let's see, continue press the switch time interval is less than 0.5 seconds. Okay, tactical mode, hold the switch to trigger tactical function, release the switch for lights off. Okay, so essentially if you keep pressing it, it will be on, and then you release, it's off. And if you quick press and release, then it's constant on. Okay, this is strobe. Okay, what's the way to switch to low light? I think there's a way to make it not so light. Okay. One, two. Okay, there we go. This is a lower light. This is high light. This is low light. Okay. Yep. So 3 times to a low light, twice for strobe, and once for regular. Okay. So that is good. All right. Oh man, my eyes are kind of blurry because of the high lumen. So what I like about this is it's similar to OLED. The laser is inside the bulb, which means it will be closer to your bore. So you know that's always better compared to something that's farther away from the bore. Let's see, is it easy to operate on a gun? Because sometimes the buttons and everything on a gun is not very ergonomic, right? So yeah, if you see the block is not the good size for 1913. So that's one thing I will check with them, whether they can ship me a better block. Okay, so clamp. Once it's clamped on, it stays really tight. So I would say bottom line is, as long as once it's clamped on, I don't think it will move at all, even though the block does not match the width of the rail slot. But you know, that's definitely something we need to fix. But once it's clamped on, it's very, very tight. So no need to worry about it. So let's see, as we operate the gun, you can put your finger down here to kind of switch the mode. All right, and it's fairly easy for your thumb to move down to operate. All right. Yep. Yeah, so I think operability is there. I can operate here. I can use my finger to switch. Usually, during defense, home defense or duty kind of a scenario, you probably don't need to change the mode that much. On the right side, my shooting hand's finger, index finger is able to touch this one too, but not very reliably, because probably just because my finger is shorter, whatnot, or because this is a full-size gun. But I think that the light is for the full-size gun as well. I don't think, it might appear too big for a subcompact carry gun. Okay, I left it running for more than 30 minutes, and that's, with maximum power, which means the highest light and the laser. So let's measure the temperature. So this is more than half an hour later, right? So at the back of the light, this is 43 Celsius. Not too bad. It's like safe to touch. And then the side, 44. The back, about the same. Yep. Now let's measure the okay, 73, 72. So this is not kind of safe to touch, right? At the lens, it's about 80 Celsius, 83, something like that. It's kind of not safe to touch, which is not surprise. What matters is whether this part, right, close to the frame, is safe to touch, and whether it has the risk of melting or burning your polymer grip. So I think after 30 minutes, I think that's reasonable. The length of time to test it is still running. Seems like still have some battery left. Yeah, temperature wise, I think this is safe for polymer frame usage. All right. I think parameter wise, did they say that it can run for how long? Okay, let's see. Specification. It has certification of drop test, 1 meter drop test, waterproof IPX7, white light 1500 lumens. Looks like it can run for 90 minutes, and looks like the laser can go 100 meter. Is this laser or the light? I'm not sure. But yeah, so I think next step, I'm definitely gonna try to fully recharge it and put it on the light and laser, and then see how long it can run, and more importantly, whether it overheats, right? We've had I've heard about certain brand of light just go super hot after a long time of running, and then it melts the polymer grip frame. I don't know whether it's going to be true for this kind of affordable light. I'm going to test it out and see how hot it can be, and I will shoot for some time and then see whether the laser can hold 0, because for me, That's the most important thing, right? Whether the laser can hold zero. If it cannot, then what's the purpose of having a laser? So my expectation is for it to be able to hold zero, let's say for 1,000 rounds. But you know, it comes back to the question whether you're going to use this for home defense or carry, or AKA whether you want to have your life depend on it. Honestly, it's too early to say for me because this is just the first time open box video. And I don't want to torture it. Honestly, I don't want to just drop it from high and then put it in mud or all those kind of thorough kind of quality tests because, you know, I think, to me personally, this can be just a range toy. I think it's okay to take this to, you know, to training or competition where if you shoot laser or you shoot it during nighttime for training, I think it should be fine for that scenario because it's not the end of the world because if all of a sudden this one stops working. But whether you want to make your life depend on a, you know, $50-$60 light, you know, it's debatable. I probably would not, but it's up to you, and it's also up to my test result. If everything checks out, and it is what they claim it to be, and I think it's, you know, one option for people to select from. Like, would you rather spend, let's say, $50, right, on this one, or I don't know, several $100 on a Surefire? So let's see, what else do I want to talk about? That's probably it. You know, only time will tell, you know, after you press the button, you know, hundreds of times and you shoot hundreds of rounds through it, and then you let it run for hours, charge it multiple times, see how good the battery is, or, you know, how good the heat dispensing is. Unless you go through quite some time and verification, you won't be able to say for sure. But to me, this looks pretty decently built, honestly, right? Okay, one thing I don't know yet is what kind of battery it contains. Is it completely built in? Is this the battery chamber? Can it be opened and just replace battery? Let me see. What do they say? Oh, they have warranty for a year. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, at least that's what they say, you know. Originally, I did not anticipate this one to even have warranty. Battery chamber. I don't think they mentioned it here. They didn't mention anything about battery chamber, so I think I would need to unscrew this and open it up and see what kind of battery is inside. So I would bet it's some kind of rechargeable battery, similar to Streamlight, maybe. But hey, I don't think I've ever tried to open the battery chamber for OLED, even, because if it's, you know, chargeable, why bother trying to figure out? But anyhow, you know, battery life matters too. How many times you charge it? Does the battery go weaker and weaker after each charge? All those kind of things. Yeah, it's all related to the quality. So anyhow, I think my first impression is positive for this one, especially this design. Durability, we'll see. I'll publish another video after I shoot some rounds through it, and when I feel good enough to report the you know, the quality after some usage. So there you have it, an affordable light and laser combo, green laser combo, made in China. So do you want to buy it and try? It's up to you. Thank you for watching. See you next time.